NFL moves, you know we got the insight. We open up the floor, yeah, it's your time to shine. Fans drop the heat with opinions realigned. You got concerns, bring them, we're gonna chime. The Fins Tailgate's where we keep it prime. Welcome to the Fins Tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. The NFL's changing, but we stay on the grind. Latest breaking stories, we don't waste no time. From the trades to the rumors, we make them all align. At the Fins Tailgate, we always on the climb. We're repping the Dolphins, but it's NFL-wide. From South Beach to the league, we keep it worldwide. Got the fans engaged with the energy supplied. Come kick it at the tailgate, we're riding high tide. Welcome to the Fins Tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. So if you love the game, you know we got the gate. Tune in, speak out, don't wait, it's your fate. This is the Fins Tailgate, now watch us dominate. Miami Dolphins, NFL, yeah, we integrate.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to WCFL DolFans Talk here on TFTG. I'm Papa Paul, your host, along with my co-host, Johnny O.
What's up, Papa Paul? How are you, brother? Good to see you.
Good to see you too, my brother. I'm doing pretty good. Above ground and upright, that's all that matters.
Hopefully we get people to come out and see us since we haven't been on for a while, but a lot to talk about.
Yeah, there's been a lot of things going on in the off season, and I'm impressed because he's doing what he said he was going to do, which was strip it down to the studs.
Listen, this is what a rebuild is all about. You got a new regime, you got a new GM, a new coach, new coordinators. These guys want their guys. They want their type of players, so they're getting rid of guys, whether it's for salary cap reasons, not their type of player, bad reputation, whatever it is, they're getting rid of all of them. We're not in the building. I say it all the time. We're not in the buildings to hear the conversations, but these two, Sullivan and Hafley want their players. They want their types of guys. That's why you see all the free agents they're signing. It's 1 year, because this way they can move off of them. If they produce and they like them, they can sign them again. If they don't, they're going to fill it with draft picks over this year and next year. Unfortunately, 2026 is just going to be a dumpster fire, worse than we've seen in quite a while. With all the moves that we've made, we may not win a game. We may be 0-17.
Good evening, Russell Hopman.
Russell, what's up, brother? Thanks for the package. I appreciate it.
Oh, not a problem there, Johnny and Papa Paul. Nice seeing you, brother.
Berkster, you weren't kidding. You're in your bed, huh?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I don't feel like getting up, man. Sorry.
There's been a lot of changes, a lot of moves made. We now have 11 draft picks, 4 third-round picks.
Yeah, they're going to be very busy in the third round, running cards up to there or making trades or doing whatever they're going to do because those picks are pretty damn close to each other.
Yeah.
Listen, they're looking for their types of guys. They're looking for – I can't complain. I get people being upset with Waddle being gone. He was one of the fan favorites. He was supposed to be our number one, but he's really not a true number one. I think over the last couple of years, he's proved that he's a solid number two. You can't ask for a better number two, but he's really not a number one. And these guys want players that are going to come in and do what they want, how they want in their scheme. Listen, does it suck? Yeah, because the team's going to be garbage for at least a year, maybe 2, before they can fill all the spots and get things done the way they want it. But unfortunately, this is the position that Greer put us in before we finally got rid of him. You're looking at $175 million of dead cap money. That's all money that Greer kicked down the road.
Yeah.
And now we're going to pay for it.
You know, the bad part and all that, though, Johnny, that you said? I happen to live in Massachusetts, and I have to hear these idiots chirp, chirp, chirp.
Well, we can only hope that Sullivan and Hapley can do what New England did over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Now, do I think New England's as good as they were? No, they had a very soft schedule. This year's going to prove a little different with the schedule they have. I honestly don't think New England's making the playoffs this year.
Good evening, Dolphin winners.
What's
Winners,
going on,
what's up,
gentlemen? How y'all feeling, brothers? How y'all feeling tonight?
Yo,
What's going
Big
on?
Saul.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
We can hear you.
Yo, brother, what's up, Russ? Johnny,
Not much, Saul. What's
Papa
going on?
Paul. Who we got? I'm good.
That's-
Is that Burke? Is that Burke? My
That's
man,
yes,
Burke
sir.
my man Burke on the panel. My man. What's
I'm
going
Sean.
on, y'all?
Good. Another day.
Damn, it's good to see you guys, man. It's good to see you guys, man. I know this is it's good to do a show. It's good to sit there and talk Dolphin football. And it's good to sit there and see people going the fuck off the fucking deep end because we sat there and got rid of some players. But guess what? Comfortability is not going to win you a Super Bowl.
Not even close.
It's just not.
So I got a nice
And I'm going to
little,
tell people this, and I know I just jumped up here. Yeah, I know I just jumped up here, and I'm going to keep it a beam with everybody. It is time to rebuild again. And it is time this time to do it the right way. And hopefully this is the right way. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I think we're all tired of Dolphin fans starting over and over and over. But I'm willing to give this regime a chance. I really am. And I'm looking forward to seeing what these guys do with our team. For real. So before all the scrutiny of our quarterback that got paid 47 million guaranteed, before everybody starts scrutinizing the moves and all that, why don't we sit back as casual fans and see how this thing plays out? For real. Because that's all I've been seeing is a whole bunch of scrutiny. And everybody has a right to their opinion. I'm not saying that you don't. But in the same sense, why don't we sit back as fans instead of dealing with the same old mediocrity that we've been dealing with for years and decades? How about we sit back and see how this thing plays out?
absolutely, I 100% agree with you. Like I was saying before you jumped on, these guys, Sullivan and Hapley, want their guys. They want their types of players, their type of energy, their type of, football knowledge. They're going to build the team the way they want to do it. Is 26 going to suck? Yeah. Should 27 be better? Yeah. And 28 should be even better. And if it's not, we know we hired the wrong guys. But you got to give them time.
Right.
And I get why they're gutting the team. I totally understand. I'm not one of those fans that's going to jump off the deep end. It wouldn't surprise me if a Chan is a draft day trade for more picks or a player or something like that. Was that Derek or?
yeah, I think that was there.
You're coming in really bad, Derek.
I'm here. I just want to let you guys know. I just wanted to pop on real quick and say hi to everybody real quick. I'm at a concert, 40 degrees, freezing in Florida. But just wanted to jump on, say hi to everybody, and I'll watch the show later on.
What's up,
Enjoy
Derek?
yourself,
Have a good
Derek.
time.
Derek.
They're going to do their thing, and we got to let them do it. Yeah, we're fans. Yeah, it sucks that I pay for a season ticket and I got to fly down there, and they're going to absolutely suck this year. But I'm still going down to see Papa Paul and Derek and all the fans that are there that we tailgate with and have a good time and visit friends, and I enjoy it. So I'm still going down. I might not do as many away games, but I'll still do a couple.
Right.
Yeah.
Good
You know,
evening, Papa
At the
Paul.
end of the
What's up, Mr. Polk? How are you, brother?
All right, Dolphin winners, Daniel.
Hey, Mr. Paul.
How's everybody doing?
Good. How are
Mr.
you?
Pope, what's going on, brother?
Everybody good, bro.
Not much. Got a little change going on in my life, which is good. But like I said, it's kind of keeping me busy and whatever. But it's all good. But the thing I'm gonna say is this: this ain't nothing new that we seeing going on with the Dolphins. This has been going on in NFL for the longest. This is nothing new. This is how teams, rebuild or restart, whatever word you want to use it. This is how teams do it. They go get a GM and the coach, and with this situation we got They got both of them from Green Bay, and they bring what they develop the team and build the team the way they want to. So, like I said, this is nothing new. Give them time to see what they can do, and they are Dolphins. So we got to support them. If you're a true Dolphin fan, you're gonna support what they're doing, regardless of if you think they're gonna be successful or not. We got to support them.
Absolutely, I agree.
You know, the thing too that people don't realize, it's we were in a hole from what Greer did, and it's going to take at least 2 years to dig out of that hole. And it's probably going to be 2028 when you're going to really see dividends. I mean, we might, you know, have to take our lumps, but I mean, I had told Saul when he was here a few weeks back, 8 picks wasn't going to get it. Now we have 11. So you're going to have to add for depth. You're going to have to hit on a couple of them, you know, for the future. And I wouldn't be all that surprised with us having the 30th pick in the first round, packaging one of the third rounders and moving up a few spots to get something, you know. Because, I mean, 4 third rounders, I don't know if they want to keep running back and forth or we're going to trade for future picks, but we have some deficiencies a lot of places. You got to start in the secondary. You got to rebuild the offensive line. And like we've all said, we got to have a physical, no nonsense, punch you in the mouth type of team.
Well, I think that's what these guys are trying to build. I mean, they brought in the quarterback they wanted. All right, is he a gap quarterback or is he going to be the starter for the next 8-10 years? We'll find out. You know, if they like him and he does what he does. I mean, I've heard a couple people say he's the second best running quarterback in the league behind Lamar Jackson. You know, so if he pans out, you're not paying him a ton. If you don't like him after the 2 years, you can get rid of him. If you do like him, you can extend him. And then you don't have to waste a draft pick on a quarterback. You can fill other positions with those picks. So, you know, does it suck because we're going to suck? Absolutely. But in the long run, if they do what they said they're going to do and they build a team the way that Green Bay has, yeah, by 2028, we're going to be a playoff contending team. And it's going to take 2 years. You got 11 picks.
And my thing is just also with these next 2 seasons coming up, I'm really, and I've said this on other platforms, I'm in observation where I'm just with this season and the next season, I'm just gonna sit and watch and see what these guys do. Like I said, gonna definitely support them and what have you. You know, criticize them if they make mistakes. But the thing is this, like I said, I'm just in observation mood. I'm happy. I'm happy with what's going on, and I'm looking forward to this. What we do with the draft coming up this season, and then the next season as well. So I'm right now. I'm you know, like I said, I'm just happy to be a Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, this year's draft, we have to get 5 or 6 guys out of these 11 picks that are going to be on the team long term. You're not going to hit on every pick, but you got to have 5 or 6 of these 11 that are going to be here for 4, 6, 8, 10 years.
Got to get some solid players, not mediocre, not your top of the line, but some solid players.
Right.
How are y'all feeling about Malik Willis?
I mean, there's not enough of Malik.
I'm excited about it, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about it because he can throw, he can run. I feel a little bad for the kid. You know, he signs thinking that Waddle's going to be his number 1 and he can throw the ball deep, and now his number 1 is what, to 2 or however, whatever you know. So
Tutu Atwell, Jalen Tolbert.
Tutu Atwell, that's his number 1 right now. So they're going to take some lumps. I mean, you know, you're going to draft a wide receiver. Probably in the first 2 out of those first 3 picks, you're probably going to get a wide receiver who's going to be groomed to be your number 1. You know, so listen, the draft is funny. You know, there's guys climbing up the board. There's guys dropping down the board. We now have the 30th pick. You know, so somebody could fall there that they really like. They could package that 30th and the 3rd and move up to get somebody. You know, there's a lot that can happen over the next, you know, couple of months, but we're still not going to be a good team in 26. It's just not going to happen. You know, you're bringing in too many new faces if you get guys that buy into the new system and can play in it, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for guys to come in and believe in what they're doing and have a smash mouth team, punch them in the face, be physical on both offensive and defensive line, and they start to get those guys, and you're going to see things start to turn and the team getting better. I don't expect them to win many games this year if they win any. Next year, you're looking at, all right, they had a good draft. They got these guys. They brought in this free agent and that free agent. All right, maybe now we're back closer to the 6, 7, 8 win mark. And then 2028 is where I think these guys really have to be able to prove themselves.
Agree.
Troy Aikman is still involved with the team?
We got a question.
Now,
We got a question in the chat. There you go. Yeah, he's still a part of the team. Yeah. Yeah. And I like it. I like it. Me personally, I like it. You need an outsider's point of view. You need someone that's going to sit there and come in.
Yeah, I think it's a really good thing.
Definitely.
Also, what's a good thing about Aikman? Aikman sits in a lot of NFL meetings, being on an analyst, so he gets to see a lot of inside stuff that generally other people don't get to see.
Well, yeah, but he's also like so in depth in the game still, calling every game. Like when I was calling the games last season, it taught me so much about the game, just watching it and watching how the players move and stuff. So like he's still locked in like crazy. It's not like he's been retired hanging out on a boat, the past 15 years. Like he's still super involved.
Yeah, because he has a strong love and desire for football, even though he's not playing again. So, with that attitude, that means, like I said, just like you just said, he's seen a lot of things that can help out, help us develop our team.
Yeah, and I mean, I root for stuff like this anyways. Like I like seeing former, Super Bowl winning players. Not that Super Bowls only matter, but like when you have 3 of them, it matters. To come back and just be involved and ask questions. I mean, if you're a consultant, they're probably asking you a lot of questions, and there's so much learning that can be held from that. And maybe even being on the Dolphins, hopefully the players are taking advantage of that and being able to, listen in to what Aikman is saying.
And think about Aikman. I mean, I don't know, but think about it. He's got a great sounding board if he ever needs him. He's got Jimmy Johnson's phone number.
Yeah.
He can always go on.
Of course.
He's got Barry Switzer's phone number too.
No, Switzer won with Johnson's team, but
I'm quite sure Aikman has a nice phone book that he can pull out, and depending on what our needs are, he can make that phone call.
Yeah, and I mean he knows enough people. He can, I'm sure he knows plenty of the college coaches. He can talk to them and say, hey, what about this guy? What's his character? What's his worth? Yeah, I can't talk.
Mikey K, you miss me? Yeah. Growing up with Cap, growing up with Cap, he was never this is the only time Cap has ever really been trolled, and we do it for TFTG, so I love it. but that picture.
I have a question.
Suicide. Hold on. You can't. So you ain't on the team anymore. You got to have something new now, dude.
Okay, Tom. Sharif's got a question.
Oh, what's up,
Sharif?
Hey, man. Hope fins up, everyone.
Yeah, what's up?
I was thinking, right?
What's up, Sharif?
If like all of us, this is the war room, right?
Yeah.
Much love to the Dolphins fans out there. And so I'm thinking, right? You're at 11 and you're at 30 and you're at 43-74. If this is what I would do, right? I would fix the line because Bobby Slowick is still gonna put the 6 offensive line in there to help A-Chain, right? And then play action off of that. And if that is the case, then my first 7 picks, at least 4 of them, I'm gonna double down on the edge, and I gotta double down on the best guard and best tackle available. Does that sound like does that sound good, guys?
Well, you gotta add safety to that because like I said on other platforms, right now we only have two safeties on the roster, and that's Dante,
Right. So
and then a guy that
you can actually
that
get
just picked
Halsey
up.
in the
Mhm.
third round from LSU, and then
I'd say this,
you get
Sharif.
Proctor. Let's say,
If the Dolphins are fortunate enough to get that monster from Miami, Francis, at 11, I'd be happy.
I don't think he's gonna be there, but if he's not
I'm just saying,
there,
if he
then
happened, if
Spencer
I'd run the
Fano,
card up there.
right, or Ioane, or Pregnon. The thing is, right, you're getting the best player available at this level in the top 20 picks. And to me, these guards and tackles are better than the corners and the wide receivers who are available out there. So if Pregnon and Muego is gone, if Fano is gone, I'm cool with taking Ioane. And then I'll take Zion Young at 30. I'm good. Because my thing is this. Willis has to escape from someone. And when he does, he needs a forceful line in the front of him. So at the 43rd pick, if I got Zion Young and I got a guy like Pregnon or Ioane, I'm good because I can double down later on that guard position and on the defensive end position. Then I can answer my wide receiver, and I could like I said, AJ Halsey, I can get him in the third round. And so, how do you guys feel about addressing the big fat guys early?
Well, I mean, listen, the GM and the coach, they're going to do what they want to do. You know, they're going to decide what their needs are, what the most pressing needs are, where they want to make sure they have good backups at. So, I'm one of those guys. I don't look at mock drafts. I don't make mock drafts. Because there's too many variables that go into a draft. There's trades. There's guys whose stock rises and falls because of certain things. Or, I mean, look at Marino, fifth quarterback taken in that draft class. There was rumors that he partied too much and he was doing drugs, and so he fell, and the Dolphins picked him up, and he's the greatest player we've ever had. Is that going to happen again? Probably not. But Zach Thomas, fifth round pick. They cut Jack Del Rio to let him start because he was that good in his rookie camp. So I mean, it's you're looking for certain guys, certain temperaments, certain abilities to fill needs. They're going to do whatever they want. So it's if they took a safety or an offensive lineman at 11, okay, no problem. If they don't, because there's a outstanding receiver still on the board, and that's who they take to be their number one, okay, great. We have a lot of holes to fill, and they got 11 picks to do it, and then have a bad season and see how many picks we have for next year.
Well, that said, right, that's a great point you brought up, right? So, how about this? Rome wasn't built in a year, and you build either the fat guys this year and you build the skill guys next season. Because my thing is this: if you think that we're gonna get everything with 11 picks and off the
Mm-mm.
street rookie free agents, no, we're not. So what do you want to do as a fan base? Do you want to? I would get the fat guys because I need. See the mistake that Greer made, right? You had a guy with a hip coming in, and you didn't get Panay Sewell, and you didn't get Tristan Wirfs. So you allowed Jesse Davis, and you allowed uh, I forgot the terrible center that we had. You allowed him to kill Tua. And so you have to get the big guys in here. I don't care about the skill guys. Get the big fat guys to block for Willis and get some edges, for God's sake, to set the edge. Because it, so to me, my 11 picks, you double down on fat guys. That's just me.
I mean, that's not a bad idea and everything, and I'm not going to argue with you, but we have to wait and see. Like Johnny always says, but building the trenches is what they talked about, and they're doing everything they said they were going to do as of right now. So we'll see.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they out of the 11 picks, 5 or 6 of them are offensive or defensive line.
Yeah,
Yep.
that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Building in the trenches.
We also bargain basement shopped for the second year in a row because of the dead cap, and we're behind the eight ball. So this is going to be a lost year. I understand what you're saying, Sharif. Those are valid points. We also have a major hole in the secondary at corner. Who's to say we may give Rasul Douglas a call back or Jack Jones and get one of them as a vet and maybe draft somebody later? But
Well,
I
they're
mean,
they are working on the cornerback because they've signed like three or
yeah,
four cornerbacks so they're working on having people in there to see who wants to play and who's going to fight for that position and stuff.
Yeah,
I understand that. But I think a lot of those guys are going to be more special teams guys than starting corners, which is fine. And I mean, if they can find a diamond in the rough, that'd be great too.
Yeah, you
But
never know.
I also know that we also signed Uche, the pass rusher. We signed Ojobu, a pass rusher. Beal. So I mean, they're trying to find something. Because right now, who do they have? Chop Robinson.
Well, I mean, look, they signed
That's
another
it.
kicker. We have two kickers. One of them ain't going to make it.
No, I understand that, but in the Green Bay Brain Trust is trying to make it competition, like he said, and we have to take take what we're gonna get. It's gonna be a rough season, but we can build. Obviously, like you said earlier, we got 11 picks. You got to hit on at least 5 of them for the future.
Right.
I'm
Exactly.
not I'm not saying that we're gonna get 11 guys that are gonna make the Dolphins. No, but you got to at least get 5 foundational pieces, whether it's a corner or a secondary, outside linebacker, tackle, guard, wherever. We got to get 5 guys within that. We got 5 picks in the top, 94?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I
7.
mean, 7, okay.
7.
We got to get at least 5. 5 foundational pieces that are going to be there for the future. Not
So
we play them for 3 years, they end up leaving. We could have had Robert Hunt. Robert Hunt. That's classic for me. That one bothers
so
me to this day.
I can tell you that Pete and I, you know, we did this research. Pete actually found out that Green Bay kind of struggles with the first round, but when it comes to the second, third, and fourth rounds, since 2009, they have 11 All Pros. And bro, so I expect them to do exactly what they said they will do because they have done it so far, and it's actually pleasing. So to me, the first 7 picks in the 94, I can see them going offensive guard, Zion Young, and then if the safety is in there that you like, I could see you doubling down on the next offensive line, maybe a Miller, a guy like Miller, a guy like Pregnon. Then I can see you getting EDS from Penn State or Crawford from Auburn. That's your second defensive end. Now you got 2 defensive ends. Then I can see you. So if you address AJ Halsey, that's your safety. And then all of a sudden you're still at 90. So you got 90 and 94. Now you can address a guy like Trey Lance's brother, Bryce Lance. Then you could go and get a guy like Malachi Fields who may drop the 90. Because so much other talent is ahead of him in receiver. Receiver's very deep. You have to address the fullback, and so you can get that in the 7th round. But to me, at that 94th pick, then you can start to look at, okay, which linebackers is Galladay available at maybe 94? He's a good linebacker after Reese and Styles and Trotter, and Miles is gone. After those guys, Lewis may be there, so you can get linebacker for Lewis because you still need someone to be with Brooks, who's going to be dominating, like Brooks.
Yeah, and
So
Dotson.
and Dodson. So those first 94, two ends, two two offensive linemen, my safety and my wide receiver, and I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a lot of different ways they can go because of the holes we have. You know, we'll all be excited when the draft gets here. We'll all have some complaints when the draft is over. We'll all be excited about some of the picks and disappointed about some of them. But in the end, if we trust the GM and coach and they go do what they're supposed to do and start building this team from the trenches in and out, and then we can see production from the guys they draft, we'll all be fine with it. And then you got next year's draft because this year obviously isn't going to be good. I would really like to see Willis work out where they don't have to take a quarterback next year, and they're filling other holes that they need, or trading back because they have the second or third pick and somebody really wants a quarterback and we gain more draft capital because they want to move up to 2 or 3 and we don't need that quarterback because we know we got Willis.
Interesting. I would say this, right? Papa, I don't think I've
Here's the
said this on
thing.
your show. You remember Patrick Graham? Patrick Graham taught fundamentals, leverage, setting the edge, pad underneath. I learned that from Patrick Graham when Flores just came over. And he taught, he teached, and he sat there at his press conference many times, Patrick Graham for the Dolphins, and he taught me what he was teaching the players. Do you know what Jeff Affley does? He's a teacher. And so I expect these guys not only to learn if they're off the street, I don't care if they're free agent rookies. I expect the system to be in place for any new quarterback or any new running back that is going to take over. The system is going to be in place with big fat guys, and the team is already going to be set for you to take over. So I disagree with we're going to be terrible. I disagree with the 4 wins, because when I look at a force multiplier, I think of Xavier Howard, Cameron Wake, I think of Tyreek Hill. Force multipliers make multiple defenders afraid. So if Willis breaks the pocket because number 1 read or number 2 read is not there, that's a skill you can't teach. If he breaks the pocket and 2 of your linebackers commit, the curl and the hitch is open. I'm going to tear you apart just by escaping the pocket and causing your linebackers to commit. That's a defensive coordinator's nightmare. That's a force multiplier. So in essence, you don't need anyone. All you need is a good line and Malik Willis to play off script, make defenses go to sleep. So to me, if you get adequate guys in here at receiver, at tight end, at O-line, there's plays in the playbook where if first reads and second reads aren't there, these are things that I said Tua could do and Tua could not do, which was work off script, slide, not take a big hit, and cause the safety and the linebackers to commit. He couldn't do that. I thought he could. I was wrong. Malik Willis could not only can he do this, he has a 4.37 speed in his 40. Mic drop.
Okay, real quick, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
What's up, y'all? This is Chef Jew. Looking for a great chef for your next catering party, private party, office party, etc. with welcome watering meals and desserts. Let Chef Jew Catering and Sweet Treats take care of it for you at an affordable price. Call me at 786-804-8096. Also, reach me at chefjewcatering@gmail.com. Direct message on Facebook and Instagram at Chef Juice Catering. Chef Juice Catering and Sweet Treats. Food with a passion. We do it all.
Chef Jew, Miami-Dade, Palm Beach area. Get your sweet treats, good eats, and don't forget to eat. And
That
yes,
means
Yeah, 'cause you're
serving
gonna eat it all.
cheesecakes for Paul.
put on my credits.
I haven't heard that one in a minute.
Definitely. What's up, Ali? What's good with you, brother?
What's up,
What's
Ali?
good, gentlemen? Winters, Russell, how you doing? Johnny
What's
O,
going on, Ali?
Oh,
Mr. Paul, Tonk, how's it going? Pretty
What's
good,
up,
pretty
Ali?
good. Not much, not much. I came to see how's
what's
everyone
up?
doing. How we feeling?
Feeling
I
pretty
feel
good.
great, bro.
I mean, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Is it going to be a win-win year? No. But I'm liking what I'm seeing. He's tearing things down to the stud.
Mhm.
And as of right now, they're adamant about keeping a chance, so I'm happy with that.
Definitely. I mean, for me, look, all of the moves that we've made, including signing Malik Willis, really has been low risk, high reward, right? Everything
Correct.
that we've done.
Yeah.
And people that were saying, oh, this is going to be a soft rebuild year. No, it's
No.
a full rebuild. I'm sorry. This is a full rebuild.
It is definitely a
Mhm.
full rebuild.
Regardless if you trade HN or not, it's a full rebuild, in my opinion.
Yes.
Um,
Agreed.
and I'll say this: if you're gonna do a full rebuild, this is the year to do it versus
Yeah.
next year. Next year, you have all these quarterbacks that everybody going to be fighting over because there's more than just one Arch Manning. There's going to be a lot more than that.
Oh man, we can't be
At
slick
least
for Arch
4 or
Manning.
5 come to mind, to be honest. And then in addition to it, you have guys like, let's say Malik Willis is our guy, but we didn't win so many games. Maybe we only won 4 games, like someone mentioned, which is very possible. Because this is like your transition year. You got to teach everybody a new system. The defense is going to be reworked. There's a lot of teaching that has to be done to what Sharif is talking about. There's a chance we might end up with Jeremiah Smith for all we know, right? And if that happens, then shit. And Malik Willis is the guy. Great, it's a win-win. I can't complain. What I will say is that over the next 2 years, Miami is going to have some of the best cap space we've had in years. We're talking about like over $100 million in cap space.
In 27, yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about 27 and 28 is what I'm talking about. You go look back to back years, and in addition, they announced that the cap is going to go up again because a new TV deal is going into effect. So that's going to be that much more that the cap is going to be. They're saying after the 26 season, I heard somewhere around $40-50 million is what the cap is going to go up, right? So you're going to have that much more money to play with. You're going to have a lot of cap space, right? And we don't have to worry about being in cap hell. So now for me, it's all up to Sully and Halfley, right? They need to prove that they were the right choice. If you guys remember, in Mike McDaniel's first year, we brought in an offensive line coach from Boston College. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Applebaum, I think his name was. I apologize if I have the wrong guy, but I know he was college.
Yeah.
And at the time, Boston College had the number 1 offensive line. They were saying that was the best offensive line in football. Guess who was the head coach back then after Boston College?
Well, I lived here in the Boston area, so I know who it is.
You
The
know
same
who it
guy I told everybody who was going to be the head coach of the Dolphins. And everybody said, no, because everybody wanted the shiny toy. And the funny thing, Ali, that people don't understand, Hafley did a good job at Boston College because Boston College isn't an NIL school like Clemson, Florida State, and all the top teams in the ACC.
Yeah.
So they were built on toughness. And in the 3 years that he coached, 4 years, they went to the bowl 3 times. So he knows what he's doing. You got to give him a break. You got to give him a chance. Of course, everybody was screaming Harbaugh this, and we wanted this, and everybody wanted the shiny toy.
Yeah,
well, guess what?
For me,
it wasn't going to happen.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Russell. But here's the reality. Here's the reality for me. At least we got a guy that has been around some big programs and got to learn quite a bit. You know, people don't know this, but he was at Ohio State for a year or two, right? And you know, there was a lot of information that he grabbed from that, and that's how he made his way to Boston College. But you know, he was at other programs as well. So I'm not trying to sit here and play rah for the guy, but so far, what you can see what their plan is. I like it so far. Now I'm just sitting here. Okay, now I got to see how this season plays out, and then I can give you my final assessment. I'm not saying he's going to be the guy that is going to take us to the promised land, but what I am saying is that it looks good. It's not like the same old mistake year after year so far. So far.
Well, the only head scratcher so far is trading Fitzpatrick away for a 7th round pick. I think he was worth a lot more than that. I think you could have got more than that. That's the only head scratcher so far with anything they've done.
Yeah, but there's a couple of things. I apologize, winners. I'm sorry. Let me just
you good. Go ahead.
There's a couple of things you have to know about this. First of all, a lot of people from around the league and fans that I've talked to, you know, on the West Coast, I have friends in the Cleveland area and even in Detroit. They're saying that a lot of teams seem to be turned off by Fitzpatrick for whatever reason. And they may have shopped him around, and that was probably the only bite that they got. And they actually had today, there was a deadline. I don't know if we got under the cap we needed, but they had to cut another $8 million. I don't know if we did that or not. I didn't look, but I know today was a deadline that they had to get under a certain point. At some point, you don't really have a choice. You got to get rid of the dead weight at some point. And to be honest, everybody knew he didn't want to be here, and that's why they gave him away for practically nothing.
Yeah, well, he didn't want to be here, and then look at his face at the press conference when he found out. He definitely didn't want to go to the Jets.
That's true, but hey,
would you?
What am I supposed to do with you, man?
Would you, Johnny? Johnny, think about that for a second. Would you?
That poor SOB was damn near crying. It's like,
would you want to leave South? Would you want to leave South Florida for Jersey?
Hell no.
Here's the thing. I can agree on this though. This is not the NBA where the players rule the league. The league actually has the teams and the GMs rule their teams, right? And I'm sorry, this is a business. So if you're not gonna play ball, sign you to the contract that we want. Based on your production, I got to do something with you. And if I apologize if you don't have a choice in the matter, you play where you play. That's what it comes down to. And that's how I feel about it. And I called it way before the season, this past season started. I said that he'll be here for 1 year and then he'll be gone. And that's exactly what happened.
Ali, I had a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Because we spoke about this earlier. And you came to mind when I thought about this. I remember you saying last year, near the tail end of the season, about quarterbacks in the draft. Mm-hmm. And we had spoken. I remember you saying Drew Allaire from Penn State.
Yeah.
Are you still on Drew Allaire?
I will definitely take him not first round pick.
No, obviously not first round, but would you take him like 3rd or 4th round?
3rd round for sure, 100%. If he's there, I'm running my ticket myself. To be honest, the guy has a cannon of an arm. If you saw his pro day today, he looked really solid. He looked solid throwing at the combine as well.
Looking at the combine. You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of a poor man's Josh Allen.
That's what everybody says, and he does have the talent to be that. He needs to be in the right
circumstance,
in the right coaches. Coach Franklin with Penn State, no offense to the guy, but he was a guy that never ran a system that would benefit of what Drew Aller could actually do. If you look, they ran the ball mostly through to their tight ends. They rarely threw to their wide receivers. That wasn't his fault. That was Coach Franklin and their offensive scheme. That's what that problem was. So,
I'm not saying that I do like Drew Aller. I think it would be worth spending a third rounder or even a fourth on him because he could sit a year if Malik Willis is, because I mean, next year's draft is going to be 5 quarterbacks. And I mean, at least 5.
There's at least 5 for sure. Yes.
5 first rounders at least. And I mean, I would prefer not to, like, if we got our quarterback, like Johnny O said, it's a low risk, high reward, 20-something million. If he doesn't work out, and if you draft Drew Aller, who's going to have to sit anyway, what's the problem with that? Dan Marino didn't start as a rookie.
Yeah.
David Woodley was the starting quarterback. So it doesn't matter.
Look, for me, it's this, right? Even if you bring Drew Aller here, you also have Quinn Ewers here. You also have Malik Willis. You wanted competition. These are 3 young guys that are unproven. Let them battle it out and see who wins, right? To be honest, I like something that all 3 have. I'm still not the biggest Quinn Ewers fan, right? But I will say what I saw of him last year, I could see that in the right system, he could definitely work. Maybe not for us, but he could definitely work somewhere, right? And Malik Willis has shown promise. He's a dual threat. He showed that, he can stand up in the pocket when he needs to. I want to see more. I want to see more and give him a full season, right? And Drew Aller, I'm sorry, he's the quarterback I've been looking for with the cannon of an arm, can run and get the first down if I need to. He can be a gunslinger when he needs to. He just needs the right offensive scheme and the right coach to actually utilize what you can benefit off of him. That's what he needs. And I want to see all 3 quarterbacks. Let's see what happens. If they all fall and we end up with the first overall pick, who cares? We're getting Arch Manning or someone like that, right? At that point, we have the number 1 pick. But if they win, and let's say 2 out of these 3 guys are something, not only do we have our guy, but we have something maybe we could fall back onto if we need to, or even trade him if we have to. You know what I mean? So it's a win-win situation.
It'd be great that if we do get our quarterback now, because then if we are terrible, we can draft Jeremiah Smith.
That's my plan. That's my dream, Russell.
From Ohio State. Yep.
I'm the.
I'd take him in. I'd run from Massachusetts to wherever the draft is to turn that card in.
And just so you guys know, at 4th and 10, U is going to actually be broadcasting the draft live. We're going to be talking about the draft live as it happens. I will be wearing my Jeremiah Smith jersey, just so you guys know.
Yeah, I know you're a Buckeyes fan.
And the panel as well. Will you pay Malik Willis $55 million if he turns out 2 games into the playoffs and dare I say Super Bowl? Will you pay him in 2028 $55 million or let him walk and trade him as a chip?
Well, I will say he would definitely be worth way more than whatever we paid Tua Tagovailoa because he got to the Super Bowl alone. Just by that default, he's already better. So if I don't want to say, we have to pay him $55 million, but if he gets us that far, man, I would say he's deserving of money. How much? I can't really tell you. I don't know yet.
You guys, the cool part of us being fans, we keep saying that magic word, if. If it was a 5th, we'd all be drunk.
All this is, listen, building a new team, all of it's a gamble.
The Green Bay way would just let the new quarterback come into the machine and let Malik Willis go or trade him, right? That's the Green Bay way.
That's my hope.
Stop. No, guys, the Green Bay way is to draft a quarterback and have him sit behind a starter for 4 or 5 years before he becomes the starter.
Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre.
So if you're successful, you graduate here. That's pretty much what you would. So Malik would graduate. He would get a Super Bowl or 2nd round or AFC, and then he would get paid somewhere else, and Quinn Ewers or said backup would be ready, right? This is the Green Bay way. I mean,
not in a year or 2. No, Green Bay's way is sit 4 or 5 years, not 1 or 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's generally 4 to 5 years normally. Look, the reality is we're sitting here swimming in hope and dreams, right? And unfortunately, we've been doing that for the past 35 40 years. It feels like
Since 2000, we haven't made the
2000,
one
right?
playoff win.
26 years since then. So my point is that I think at this point we're starting over. All right. We like what they've done financially. I really think this Tutu Atwell deal is actually really good. I like Tutu Atwell. Just to point that out real quick. And I do like the deal that we signed Malik Willis. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Malik Willis, but I do like the deal we gave him, and it's good enough that we could have him for 2 years, and then we can cut our losses, right? If we had to, right?
Exactly.
And I think we should do that until we find the guy. Now, here's the reality for me. The reality of Sixin is that there's still. I know we picked up the guard from the Chargers. I like him, right?
Salia. Yep.
Salia, I like him. I'm not a big fan of Jonah. I thought he was more of a disappointment. I would have rather taken the guy out of Georgia who ended up going to Detroit, to be honest. So we still have a hole at one of the guard positions. Austin Jackson, I want to say, is really just 1 year left for him. We got to see about getting a new right tackle. And we also have to look at this corner room. The corner room looks horrendous, in my opinion. For me, if it's the first pick at number 11 and Mansour Delaney is on the board, I'm running. I'm going to actually beat up somebody if we don't draft him, if he's there.
Oh, from LSU, yeah.
I think he's the best corner in this draft. And that's corner, not the best defensive back. I'm going to point that out. Corner. And we also have a whole safety. But there are some options. Florida born out of St. Petersburg. I'll take Emmanuel McNeil Warren, who played for the Toledo Rockets, who I will argue is one of the most physical safeties that are in this draft. And he can lay hits that remind me, and again, I'm not saying he's this guy, but he reminds me when he hits certain players like Rashad Jones, how he used to hit when he was with Georgia. I don't know if you guys know this, but Rashad Jones was the hardest hitting Georgia player in his draft. That's what he was known for.
Here you go, Ali. Someone to keep an eye out for. And he's going to be He's going to be a sophomore this year, but he'll be a junior next year. So I don't know if he'll go into the draft then or not. I don't remember if he plays guard or tackle, but Eddie Pierre-Louis of Oklahoma Sooners.
Okay. I have to take a look at him. But yeah, in this draft, check out the tape on Emmanuel McNeil Warren. Plays for
they're talking about him going to the Cowboys possibly.
I've heard that. I've heard a lot of people say he's a good fit with the Cowboys, but I'm telling you right now, he's one of those safeties that he can play free safety. I think he's more of in the box kind of guy, like a strong safety, to be honest. He attacks players. He doesn't wait for players to come to him, and he lays the hit. If someone's getting hit, it's you because he's laying it into you. And he's from St. Petersburg area. What? Who?
What do you think about AJ Hulsey? If that's the guy, I think AJ Hulsey's the hardest hitter.
It's opinion. I really like the tape I saw from Emmanuel McNeil Warren, and that's my will. I'll check it out. I will definitely check it out. Other guys I like.
I like the corner from Ohio State too. His name's similar to Noah. It starts with an I.
Oh, you're talking about Igmanosin.
Yeah, he's I like him too.
Igmanosin is how do I say this? He's more of a handsy type of corner. This past year, the year they won the national championship, he was the most flagged corner, I think, in all of the college football. But the corner the following year, this past year, he completely changed. He wasn't as handsy, but he was just as effective, and he wasn't getting flagged so much. So I think he kind of learned what he needed to do. I know he used to play a different position, and he transitioned, so that was part of it. But he has a lot of potential. But for me, he's more of like a second, maybe.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Second or third round guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Or like Malik Muhammad from Texas, another one.
AJ Hill, if you're looking for linebacker.
Who?
I'm sorry. You.
No, I said
cut out, I'm
anything with
sorry.
Igbo.
Yeah.
I will tell you, this is a different corner compared to the guy we used to have here. To be honest, this guy is actually, I think he's much more ahead
only
of
kidding.
where he's at. I understand, but if you're looking for,
Iguanodon,
if you are looking for a linebacker, Anthony Hill, out of Texas is really good. I think he's pretty much my second favorite linebacker in this draft. Super fast, tackles, downhill runner. You know, I really like what I see from him. Who else?
I like Rodriguez from Texas Tech.
Yes, I like him too. I definitely like him. Peter Woods is another guy I like if you want defensive tackle.
Clemson, yeah.
Clemson. Edge is the only question I have.
What about Galladay?
I don't know. He's an option too. For me, it's more like I've been looking at positions like that we may draft. I think edge is a need. I just don't like the edges that I see that are potentially going to be at 11. I would rather wait and trade down and get someone.
Honestly, at 11, like I said, there's only really, I like Delane from LSU.
Yeah.
And I like if Francis, the tackle guard from Miami, fell to us. Those would be the two picks I would take at 11.
But I think Igbenoskin could give you the same thing. You know, the kid, any of those corners.
I don't know, man. Delaney, Mansour Delaney, bro. He's like the real. He reminds me of. At times when I watch him, like the way he carries himself, he reminds me of a young Ramsey. Like he's good. Like he's good. You know what I mean? That's why I like him so much.
Let me just put this in, right? I like the kid because he was recruited by Jeff Hafley. I wanted to put that in there, but I still see a lot of corners, like the corner from Kentucky later in the third. Igbenoskin later in the second, early third. All of these guys can do the same thing. I think Mansour Delaney, who was recruited by Jeff Hafley to Boston College.
Yeah, but nobody goes to Boston College. It's too cold and they don't pay you enough. I know that. I live here.
That's true.
Yeah, you do.
I'll put it like this, right? I'll put it like this. In the first 7 picks in the 94, because I'm glad you're up here, Ali. Yeah. I said, if at 11, if I can get Iowane or Pregnon, because I don't think Muega would be there, and I don't think Fano would be there, right? So if I can get Pregnon, and at 30, get Zion Young, then that's an edge, and that's my line. Then at 45, I can double down if I don't see Halsey there. I like Bud Black, but I like him later. I don't think Delaney would be there. So at 45, I would double down and get maybe a Awane. So now I got Awane and Pregnon and Zion Young. At 74, I may double down on defensive end, DDS, Crawford from Auburn. My thing is this. I like that right there before I go to my 75th pick. What's your thoughts on that, Ali?
I like Zion Young. I don't know about offensive. To be 100% honest, I just don't. As much as you guys want it, I don't see the Miami Dolphins drafting an offensive lineman in the first round. I just don't see it. And I know everybody wants it. They think that's the pick or whatever. Even if we trade down, that's what we're going to do. No, I just don't see it. I think that the first pick, even the first 2 picks, I'll even argue this. Actually, now that we've traded Waddle, this is what it's going to be. The first 2 picks are going to be a defensive player and an offensive player, but it's not going to be an offensive lineman. One of them will be a wide receiver. I'm willing to bet that's what ends up happening.
Hey, Ali, honestly, if I stay at 30, because I was saying earlier, take the 30th pick and one of the third rounders to move up if you see somebody that you really wanted. But if we stay at 30, I would take the kid from Indiana, the wide receiver, Cooper.
I like Cooper. I like Cooper a lot, and that's actually a good spot that I think he could fall to. He shows a lot of promise. The receiver I think we can get in the second round, maybe even the third if he drops. But Jacoby Lane out of USC, I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's not gonna be no third round or second round. I think he's going first round.
I don't know, bro. I think he'll go in the second round, to be honest. But
we'll do a gentleman's bet. I'm saying first round. You say third. Okay, we'll just do like gentleman's bet.
How about this? How about gentleman's bet? Right? I bet that he goes in the second. You say if he goes in the second,
mid first round.
If he goes in the second round, like I said, then you would owe me a beer. If not, I'll owe you a beer if he goes.
Well, I don't drink beer, so you could owe me a cranberry juice. How's that?
Fine. Deal. I'll take it. I'll drink cranberry juice with you too.
Okay, my brother.
But what I would say is that I just really like his hands. His contested catch rate is
He's
really
tough.
good.
Yeah, he's tough. Yeah.
He's a red zone threat. I'd take him all day. Good.
But he's going first round. You're saying all these good things, and you're saying he's going to the third round.
We will say. I think he goes in the second.
Okay, first round, brother.
Russ, tell me who you like, because I'm actually looking at them right now, and the guy who you're talking about, he's not even in the top 12. It's Tyson Lemon.
Oh, Jordan Tyson. It's
Conception. It's Brazil, Boston. It's Bell, then Cooper.
I said at 30, I would take Cooper because we need a big-bodied receiver.
Then Bernard,
unless the Dolphins unless the Dolphins go crazy and take a receiver at 11, which I doubt.
First of all, Sharif, just to answer what you were talking about, the ranking, don't look at those rankings at all when it comes to these receivers.
Yeah.
The reason being is because I think what they saw in the combine and what they're seeing in the pro days, those rankings really don't match up. Right. To be honest, Jordan Tyson is arguably, in my opinion, the best receiver in this draft if he stays healthy. Because he's injury prone. That's the problem. But everybody thinks Carnell Tate is going to be the first wide receiver off the board. Why? I don't know, but that's what they say. They also say, who's the guy that we brought in for a visit? Malachi Lemon. They say he's the best receiver in the draft, right? But did you watch his pro day? He had like
Hey, I got the names mixed up, Ali. I met Malachi Lemon, not the other guy from USC. So the guy you're talking about is not going to be a first rounder.
Yeah, he's going to be a second or third rounder.
Yeah, I got it. Malachi Lemon. I got it mixed up.
What are you reading, Russell?
Well, I'm not reading a paper and pad. You guys are throwing names. You guys are throwing names around like you and Sharif are throwing names around like frisbees at a cookout.
I'm sorry. I have a whole show based on this. That's why I've been talking about it.
Yeah.
But
now the tall
I get what you're saying, though, Sharif. I get it.
Excuse me.
Carnell Tate, 6'2", Chris Brazil, 6'4". It's Denzel Boston, who played for the Dolphins. He's 6'4". Chris Bell, he's 6'2", and then of course Malachi Fields, who's 6'4". So these are your big guys.
Definitely going to draft a big body receiver at some point. I say honestly, at number 11, I would take the kid from LSU, the corner, Delane.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's available, if he's not available and Francis from Miami falls to us, I'd take him. One of those two should be the pick. And if you're interested in a receiver later, then you got the 30th pick, maybe Denzel Washington from Washington Huskies or somebody else.
So to me, if I'm at 11 and TJ Parker or dare I say Kendrick Falk is there, I'm sorry, I'm taking them. I need someone to be on the side of chop who can do something. Then I can go to sleep in the first round. At 30, it's up. You guys can do whatever you want. I have to have someone on the side of chop.
Ali.
Yes, sir.
I got to run real quick. Do you want to shut down whenever?
Sure. Whenever the gentlemen are over, I can shut it down for you. No problem.
I got to run. Y'all have a good night.
I know. I'm about
great to see you, brother.
I'm about to roll out too.
Peace, all right, brothers. Peace, love, and fins up,
guys.
We're all closing it down now.
Later.
Okay, we down now.
Yeah, I'm ready. I got to be up early
Yeah.
for work. So.
Everyone's heading out. Papa Paul, might as
All
well.
right,
Yeah,
nice
me
seeing
too.
nice seeing y'all again.
Nice seeing you, Ali, Sharif, Johnny O, Solly.
Peace,
Great,
love,
brother.
I
Great
see
to
y'all
see
soon.
everybody.
I'll holler at y'all, man.
All my Fins family, it's great to see you. Great to talk to you. We got a month till the draft, so there's a lot to go on between now and then.
Come on for a road game in New England.
Me and Ali got to catch up, man. We got to shoot. Ali, we've come a long way in terms of draft knowledge, bro.
Definitely. But hey, you guys are welcome. I'm gonna be on draft night Thursday, Friday, and I believe Saturday. We're gonna have a show going on. I'll drop the link, and you guys can come up and talk to us about the draft and everything. So it'll be good.
Appreciate it, brother.
Sounds good. Peace,
Peace, love,
and fins
thumbs up, guys.
Peace, love, and fins up, guys.
Definitely. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah.